Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your weekly reading for August 28th to September 3rd. This is for Taurus, Sun, and Taurus rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional occult cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Taurus. I do this because you know I love you. Why else would I have this huge smile on my face? Taurus, I also use astrology because it brings a lot more clarity and depth to your reading. So Taurus, this week, honestly, is going to be a roller coaster. But it's going to be, listen, we're going to get through it. It's going to be a great week, okay? And the reason why I'm going to tell you it's a great week is because, first of all, did you not see your last week's reading? That was amazing, okay? Here's the thing. Over the weekend, the sun opposed Saturn. Now, this is a pretty heavy aspect, okay? If you want to think, if you're so bold and daring enough to do this, if you journal, think about August 14th. 2022, last year. This is the last time the sun opposed Saturn. So you may see just what you probably going through around that time in terms of like feeling pressure, feeling challenged. It's happening again. Now, here's the thing. I've been saying it over and over and over again. This month has always been a month of shakeups, wake-up calls, breakups, even breakthroughs. So if you've been awake, if you've been aware this entire time, if you've been in touch with your higher self, you're going to be fine, okay? You'll be able to maneuver, pivot. It's going to be one of those times. Now, remember, Saturn is a planet of like restrictions, the taskmaster planet, planet of hard knocks. Picture this, Taurus. What if Saturn came up to you right now and pied you in the face, right? What are you gonna do? That's what Saturn is doing. It's testing you. Saturn, it's testing you in all situations. Can you rise above? It's all about being responsible. It's all about really going through the hurdles, dodging all the curveballs that Saturn throws at you, and making sure that you come out on top. All right. So there could be a little bit of tension over the weekend that you may have felt. Could be like a little bit you may feel in the beginning of the week as well. And the reason why I say that for two things. One, Mars moves into Libra. Now, Mars is going to be in Libra up until October, finally leaving Virgo. This is a big thing. Taurus, you're about to get really crazy bonkers busy, okay? Mars and Libra's in your 6th house. It's everyday activities, routines, it's work, it's labor, it's, there could be a lot of health matters that come up around this time. Even pets, there could be some things around pets, but Mars is in its detriment in Libra. It doesn't do well in Libra. You have to remember Mars is a ruling planet for Aries. And where did Aries come from? Aries, the god of war. So Mars is very aggressive. Libra is all about peace. Do the math, right? So it's all about, again, just being, during this time, very diplomatic, very, fair-minded, rising above, being the peacemaker, be willing to negotiate in certain situations. But there is going to be a lot of action happening around this time. Now, Uranus goes retrograde on the 28th. And that is the, you're not supposed to hear, that's supposed to be off. Uranus goes retrograde on the 28th. That makes 7 out of the 8 planets retrograde. So truly a time to reassess a lot of things in your life. Also remember, your ruling planet Venus is retrograde, but good news, Venus is going direct next week. Hello. Love it. It's really great. But even still, this week, things may feel sludgy. Things are going a little slow. Mercury's retrograde at this point. As you know, you will likely have a lot of communication errors. Things just not making sense. I'm already experiencing a lot of it. Oh my goodness. It is like, I want to take my keyboard and, eat it. So here's the other thing. On the 30th, this is major, the full moon in Pisces, okay? Now, the full moon in Pisces, before I even get there, remember how I said Mars is entering Libra? really pay attention to this. And the reason why I say that is because remember how I said Saturn's like testing you and everything, and Mars in Libra is all about that balance and rising above. Anyway, we have an eclipse, okay? It's all leading up to the eclipse. It's kind of like Saturn, even though Saturn is a malefic planet and is a taskmaster planet, it's testing you. Saturn rewards you if you make it to the end, okay? And this eclipse is like that moment where you're crowned, right? Where you're crowned. So it's a good eclipse, and then, you know, we have an eclipse in your sign. But we're not going to go that far ahead. Full moon in Pisces on the 30th. Here's the thing. It's conjuncting Saturn. Remember, the sun is opposing Saturn. So, yeah, even up until this, remember, sun opposing Saturn is just a peak date. So you're still going to feel it up until this full moon in Pisces. Now, this full moon in Pisces may be a little confusing because Neptune is going to oppose Mercury and Mars. Remember, all these planets are retrograde as well. So all I have to say is at this point, you really, especially with Venus retrograde, but in all the other aspects that have been happening, you really should know what you want at this point. At least an idea of what you want, all right? You've probably had a lot of big questions the past month. And so at this point, I want you to have those shifts. I want you to have those breakthroughs. This full moon in Pisces, a lot of spiritual energy here. It's really like, even psychological. I mean, but listen, it's really going to be all about going deep, okay? All about that introspection. So with that said, hey, Taurus, I'm excited. Let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you. For August 28th to September 3rd, again, this is for Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising. If you know your birth chart, if you do, you're welcome to read for your moon, your Venus, all those other aspects. But let's get to it. Let's get to it, Taurus. Let's see what's going on for you for August 28th to September 3rd. So, Taurus, like I said earlier, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. Really does bring the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Taurus, you're amazing. Thanks so much for being here. You honestly, oh, and you know, when I said about the clarifiers, I'm going to pull a bunch because it is a full moon in Pisces, just to give you a little bit more clarity on what's going on. And because I know y'all love it, and Tauruses, y'all are amazing, and this is going to be a big week. Taurus, listen, let's talk. We're here, okay? This full moon in Pisces is going to be everything, okay? Everything. You're really reassessing things that are bringing you fun right now. You're reassessing things that are bringing you a lot of pleasure, what is not bringing you pleasure. But, you know, this full moon in Pisces is in your 11th house, your hopes and wishes, your hopes and dreams, even your social network. Remember, full moons bring a little bit of conclusion. It's a cycle. Hey, a lot of y'all may be ending friendships. Let's get started. You got the Ace of Wands, okay? So I absolutely love this. There's something that's come through for you here. This came up in your past, so this really depends on what day you watch the reading as well. But Ace of Wands, as we know, aces usher in a lot of new change, okay? New change, new beginnings, new opportunities, new possibilities, new paths. Wands, all about your passions, even your ideas, creativity, all of that. That's like a big thing for y'all. And so there is a sense of something that has come through in your life, okay? Or even an idea of something that you want. Again, maybe some clarity in terms of something that you want. I'm also getting a message of like doors have been open for you in some place where they've been closed and locked and shuttered and guarded by gargoyles, right? So good for you. That's really great. Also, work related, a lot of work related energy coming through. Now, speaking of work related, you did get the Five of Wands and the heart of your spread. Now, the Five of Wands, this is sort of like the theme of the week, okay? The Five of Wands is a card of severity, and the Tree of Life, it is a challenge card, okay? Now, the reason why I said speaking of work is because that was the biggest energy that I'm picking up on, is that you're not seeing eye to eye with some people at work this week. It could be a colleague, could be a boss. I honestly do feel it's going to be more of like a Mercury retrograde thing, a lot of miscommunication, a lot of like maybe there's someone that you really, there's a whole system in place, but there's one person and there's someone that you rely on to do something. That person's not performing, or that person's out of town, or that person's, won the lottery and just ghosted. Yeah, you never know. But there is going to be a little bit of like friction. So keep that in mind in terms of work for some of y'all. That's just for some of y'all. For other Tauruses, it really could be just anything that you're passionate about that you're working on. It can even be relationships too, okay? But there may be a little bit of a hiccup. Again, I'm not surprised. Again, all these retrogrades are really contributing to that. But then also remember, I did say that the sun is opposing Saturn. So hey, that it shouldn't come as a surprise. Now, Saturn is in your 11th house as well, by the way. So when you put all the math together, Saturn being in Pisces, but also we having a full moon in Pisces in your 11th house, which rules not only your hopes and wishes, but your social network, okay? Groups you belong to, organizations you belong to, even social media, right? There could be something heated around there, all right? And so that's why I said like a big energy that came through was something that did not... Like there may be not seeing eye to eye with a friend or a group you like if you belong to like the Mickey Mouse Club or whatever, the Johnny Depp Club, I don't even know, whatever club you belong to, organization you belong to, there could be some like not like, okay, I don't even know if I believe in this anymore, if I'm into this anymore. But big thing with friendship, there could be a big fallout with a friend. And I only say that because of this full moon. But I also want to remind you that it's a confusing day. So just please have all your facts straight. If you do really enjoy being in the Mickey Mouse Club or this friendship, all right? Because it just may be a day where things are confusing. There could be something really, it could just be a lot of egos at play. The other thing is a lot of Tauruses, if you have children, they could be Dennis the Menace right now. It doesn't even matter how old they are. They could be Dennis the Menace and even like Daria. Like if you put them together in the backseat of a car, they're probably not going to get along. All right. Now, if you're a Gen Zer, you're not going to get any of these references. So what, like if you're good, but I can't even think of newer references, but just two younger people that don't get along. But here's the other thing is that you did get the 8 of Wands in your challenge area. So I want you to take a really deep breath this week, because this may be one of those weeks where it's not bad per se. It's just, it could be a little like, right? Like, get me to a massage ASAP. It could be like one of those weeks. But you've got this, okay, Taurus? You know why? Because you're a Taurus. All right. Now, the 8 of Wands in your challenge area is saying that some things that you are hoping to land is taking a really long time. It's not happening yet. Okay. There's also a sense, because the 8 of Wands is like, look, it's actually one of only 2 cards where there's no figure, no person, no nothing, but it's just 8 wands zipping through the air, right? And so there's a lot of enthusiasm with this. Remember, wands are, they are very lively, invigorating, energizing. There's a lot of enthusiasm with this card, and a lot of like things aligning for you. All right, but it's coming your challenge area. Now you see that you did start off with the Ace of Wands too, so it could be this new thing where it's like maybe you heard something, and that's why I said even earlier the idea of something may have come through, or there could have been like maybe an offer or something, but even still, there could be like some sort of delay to it. All right, some sort of delay to it, and also for some of y'all, it may actually just actually not go through. Okay. And I want you to let that sink in and think about it. There could be something that you had wanted that you got the green light for, but then out of the blue it was just like, actually we're not hiring, or we decided not to go with you, or I wanted this relation to work out and I said it was going to work out, but I am going to pursue other interests or people. Uh, I want you to know, should that happen, it's for the best, actually. Okay? Look at your spread. So you got the Queen of Pentacles, which is really amazing. There's going to be this side of you this week. It's your more like in touch with your feminine side, your, maternal side. And it's really, really, that's one of the things that I love about your spread, having the Queen of Pentacles in your crown. She does have a maternal side, but with the resources to keep everyone happy, to keep everything afloat. Okay, so she is a richest queen too, and so there's a sense of you that wants that. You want that ability to just be able to build this world and live in this world that you want for yourself without any worries, without any concerns. The other thing is, there is a sense of you this week where it's almost like you really want to give. Okay? And I want you to do that. I want you to tap into your spiritual side, especially because I said this full moon in Pisces, a lot of spiritual energy attached to it. Okay? A lot of spiritual energy attached to it. And I really like that. In fact, the Queen of Pentacles, if you look at her throne, the Queen of Pentacles, it's Capricorn. You can see it, the sea goat of, the Capricorn in her throne right there. All right, so that is Capricorn in your ninth house of spirituality. And so really, really have that, like, go within, listen to your inner voice, do what you need to do to feel comfortable in this world that that's what I want you to do this week, actually. I want you to promise me you will commit to being really comfortable this week. Okay. Now, you did get the Seven of Cups. You got the Seven of Cups in the root of your spread. So there's a lot of things y'all want. Okay. Remember how I said this full moon in Pisces is very confusing, especially during all these retrogrades, especially with Mercury retrograde, but it is very like spiritually activating. Really know what you want at this point, okay? The reason why I said earlier that there could have been, for some Tauruses, something that did maybe come through, but then it was like, nope, not gonna work anymore, is because maybe it wasn't something that you actually wanted. But again, like I said, it probably wasn't meant for you. And the reason why I say that is because you did get the Tower in your future. So Taurus, you are going to have a Tower moment. Now, before you start screaming and jumping out of your seat and popping open that beer, the Tower moment, never fear this card, okay? A lot of people do. A lot of readers build it up to be this really crazy, like, oh my gosh. It's really not, okay? The Tower moment, actually, first things first, don't fear this card, because when you fear this card, you're already building a blockage for yourself, and you're already going to lower yourself in this low energy frequency. Secondly, the tower moment, it actually happens for you, not to you, for you. All right? And that's why I'm saying there could be something that came through, but then there was an end to it before it even began. But there could also be something that came through where there's a little bit of like, it came through, but there's challenges with it. Okay? It especially if during Mercury retrograde. Now, like I said earlier, this is fated. The Tower moment's fated. And the reason why it's actually a good card is because it's kind of like clearing the decks, right? It's saying, I want to show you something here. You see the lightning striking the crown off the tower, and then you see, we're going to call them flashes here. You see the 12 flashes to the left, and then over here, there's 10 flashes to the right, okay? Now, these are representing the zodiac, the constellations, and these are the, there's 10 spheres in the tree of life. Add them up, 12 and 10, 22. 22 paths in the tree of life. There's a flashing sword, flashing light, whatever you want to call it, in the tree of life. This is fated for you. And a lot of reasons why people actually fear the Tower card is because it's a card of just unforeseen, unexpected, dramatic changes, unexpected events happening that at the time you will see unfavorably or may see unfavorably. But it's one of those moments where a day down the line, 2 days down the line, a week down the line, even a month down the line, you realize it's actually the best thing that ever happened to you. Like, you have that moment. You're like, actually, if that never happened, I wouldn't have what I have now. Guess what comes after the tower? The star. Okay? And then also, look at the card. The tower is still standing. So, prepare yourself for something that may come up that you may see unfavorably, but just know it's meant for you because something great's going to come out of it. Okay? And you know, Taurus, you are a fixed sign, so it may, it just, you know, it really depends on how you experience it and how you come out of it, right? Remember, I said from the beginning, this is a month of shakeups, breakups, wake up, but also it is, you know, a time for you to just be awake. There's so much happening. And also with so many retrogrades, you have to be awake. You have to be aware. You have to be aware of everything that's happening around you. All right. So let's do some clarifiers just to give you an idea of what you can expect. Yeah. This is why, Taurus, I really want you to trust me at this point. Okay. When I say this is the best thing for you, it is the best thing for you, the best freaking thing for you. Clarified, Ace of Swords, and the Sun. I should bring up, I want to play that HBO, you know, that like angelic, like, when you turn on HBO. I want to play that right now for y'all. But Ace of Swords, huge breakthrough, huge change, powerful change. Victorious change. You see the crown. Also, hey, remember what I said, Mars and Libra. How funny is this? The tower is ruled by Mars. Ace of Swords, you see the olive branch, peace, Libra. And then Ace of Swords, this is change on change. This is powerful. This is having a huge mental breakthrough too. This full moon in Pisces, whatever happens this week, Taurus, know that even if it feels icky at the time, best thing for you because you got the Sun. If you've ever gotten a tarot reading, Taurus, if you've ever gotten a Taurus reading, which you probably have because you're in one now, The sun is the biggest yes. The sun is optimism, it's vitality, it's growth, it's opportunities, you're good. You're good. This is a lot of freedom with this card. So it's almost like something was just really just like stewing, okay? And for some Tauruses, you didn't know how to get out of it. For some Tauruses, it was just like you were just on autopilot and you're letting things happen. Boom. The universe is taking care of it, taking care of it for you. And now you're going to have this huge breakthrough in a victorious way, in an amazing way. And it's going to bring you to this golden pathway. Taurus, you're amazing. You're amazing. Time check. Oh, okay. So let's do your stuff. I know I'm doing time checks now. Taurus, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I want to hear from y'all. And hey, if you're a subscriber, thank you so much. You're amazing. Thanks so much for being here. I wouldn't be here without you, so I am truly grateful. I really do appreciate it. So, Taurus, yeah, you're good. Taurus, don't play with me, okay? You're good. I'm joking. Listen, you got the Emperor. When I say you're good, you're like royalty good. Come on, you're the Emperor here. All right. And so this is just saying that, well, the first things first, don't let any of this bring you down. In fact, this is child's play. It's kids swinging their wands in the air. So whatever's happening, don't let it bring you down to this low energy frequency, because like I said, Taurus, you're better than that. You're bigger than that. Emperor, ruler of his own destiny, right? He is the ruler of his kingdom. He's the emperor. He's the emperor. All right. This is really great. You can see that he's wearing a crown for, success, victory, long white beard for wisdom, red cloak for passion, power. He's got the Egyptian Ankh in one hand. He's got the orb in the other, representing the world. This is like a driving life force. It's life. He's got all of this in his hands. Okay, in his hands. There's a seriousness to him too. This is like very like divine masculine. This is, if you think about it, it's really, really like serious, not effing around. Like, I've got my power. I've got my power. I've got my power back too. All right, after this tower moment. And so hold on to that energy, okay? Hold on to that energy. That's going to be a big thing. A lot of Tauruses, y'all are going to feel it with work. I'm not going to lie. There's going to be a lot of work stuff here. And if you're not here for work, just things that you're passionate about, things that you're focused on right now, okay? Because the Emperor is Aries. And again, remember, that is we already got Mars up here, okay, and Aries is Mars is the ruling planet, so a lot of attention in your sixth house of everyday activities. But don't forget the nodes, right? Remember how the North Node moved into Aries back 2 months ago, or is it last month? And so keep that in mind. That was your 12th house, all right? So a lot up here that in Pisces is the native ruler of the 12th house too. So a big message coming through is just like, believe that you will have all this power. Believe it, okay? Believe in yourself, believe in belief. Now, speaking of belief, the Magician in your external factors area. Can I tell you something about the Magician, Taurus? May I tell you something about the Magician? Especially what I was saying earlier about that belief, about being in that power, being in control of your destiny. Think about magicians. Whether, the 14th century when tarot came out, or whether now, okay? Magicians make people believe. But in order to make others believe, you need to believe in yourself, okay? So, Taurus, that's the biggest takeaway. But, however, the Magician coming up in your external factors area, hello, Huge. You're about to enter this brand new, like, uh, things are changing for the better in the best possible way. And you know that. You know that. Think about where you were last year, Taurus. Think about where you are now. Okay? Now, here's the thing. This card is all about action. You need to take action. You need to take action to make things happen. Okay? You see that he has all 4 tools of tarot at his disposal. He's got the swords, the cups, the pentacles, and the wands. So think about where you want to direct that energy, okay? Tell the universe, okay? Manifest this, all right? During this full moon, do it. Please do it. Where do you want to direct? Is it money? Is it career? Is it love? Is it confidence? Where do you want to direct that energy? He's got the symbol of infinity over his head, infinite possibilities. Now it's all about action. Remember, I said that you have to put things in action, but it did come in your external factors area. So there could also be someone who is sort of like a magician and makes things happen for you. The magician coming with the sun. Hello, huge, major, calling major Taurus. The other thing is, remember how I said earlier about y'all are thinking about what's bringing you pleasure, what's not bringing you pleasure. A lot of focus on love and romance and creativity, self-expression. That's Mercury retrograde. Okay, having those moments, reassessing, rethinking. And the reason I bring that up is because the magician is ruled by Mercury. Now, you do have the 7 of Swords. This is really interesting. Where it comes up in your spread, it's saying, well, 2 things here, actually. It's saying, 1, there's a little bit of, like, things are going to be a little slow and weird and confusing and a little foggy this week. And it's time for you to just be really strategic, okay? Be very strategic because there's going to be a lot of different things happening, okay? Second thing, some of y'all are possibly, how do I explain this? Some of y'all are possibly, if there's anything that you need to let go, it's this, like, self-doubt, okay? It's this energy of it's almost like this week there could be a tendency where, or there could be something where you fear someone can take things away from you or trick you or deceive you or lie to you or take away your power. All right, some of y'all may feel that, and there could be like a little bit of buildup with the sun opposing Saturn and then with the 5 of Wands in the heart of your spread. But you are going to be fine. Look. So, don't lose any confidence. Don't lose any faith in yourself. Just know that whatever happens with this tower moment, it's bringing you this brand new, glorious beginning that you deserve. Lastly, you got the Hanged Man. You're good. Okay? You're good. Just make sure that you're in it to win it. You're along for the ride. Like you are on your jet ski. There's this big wave coming, and instead of veering away, you're like, this is gonna be fun, right? Do that, okay? The Hanged Man, again, more spiritual energy here with the Hanged Man. Comes right before the Death card, so you can see that he's hanged himself upside down. He's got a halo around his head, enlightenment. He's got a smile on his face like me. And he's preparing himself for this big, massive change that's about to happen in his life. And he wants it. That's why he's done this. He's hanged himself upside down, looking at the world in a new way, looking at his life, looking at everything in his world with this new perspective, and he wants it so bad. That's why he's hanged himself down upside down so dramatically. Okay, he wants the universe to know that he's really serious about this, and in order to have this new perspective, to go into this transformation, there are things that you are going to have to surrender. There are things that you're going to have to let go. Now, the Hanged Man is ruled by Neptune, okay? It's attributed to the Hanged Man, Neptune. Neptune also is in Pisces, okay? Which is, again, your 11th house. There's a new way you have to look at whatever's going to happen here is almost opening up a new way to look at things that may be related to friends, a friend, a friendship, an organization that you belong to, a group you belong to, but also your goals, okay? Your hopes, your wishes, all of that, okay? So in the end, you have a great spread. You have an amazing spread. Time check. Shoot. Okay, I'll do one clarifier. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be 1,000%. Don't doubt yourself this week. Don't lose faith this week. There may be some undulation in the sea, but you're gonna be fine. You got the 6 of Wands, the card of victory and success, achievement, eminence. Okay, can we end with that? The fact that eminence, if you take it back to its etymological root, is eminere, to rise above. You're good, Taurus. You're 1,000% good, and I would even say you're what's happening for you is unbelievably like golden. Okay, so Taurus, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, and if you're a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. Next week I do your monthly forecast. September is a month, okay, literally, so we're gonna talk about that. But no, seriously, it is I like it. We'll talk about it. All right, thanks so much, Taurus. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.